now, right now. Right 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 now, right now. Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We gotta add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been. Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your weekdaily morning show where we bring you the latest in everything Bitcoin. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the massive breakout on Bitcoin that took place over just the last 24 hours and why the next 24 hours will likely bring a very similar breakout. As you guys know, we've been predicting that there would be a break above $28,545 this week for the last 3 weeks. And the reason for that is that tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. in roughly, let's see here, 22 hours and 21 minutes. I don't know. I might have that about right. Somewhere around there. 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. Consumer Price Index from the Bureau of Labor Statistics will be dropping. That will be giving us some indication of how much inflation the United States dollar is undergoing, and my camera is giving me trouble. How about that? Let me see if I can fix that. Do apologize. Not sure why that happened. Sorry about that. We're having a few different technical difficulties today. Nevertheless, Consumer Price Index is dropping tomorrow, and when that does drop, that is going to likely bring a lot of inflation to the price of the Bitcoin market, if you will. We're already up quite substantially, trading at $30,200 and change right now. By the way, guys, in case that does happen again, that glitch where my camera knocks out like that, just let me know in chat, and I will fix it as quickly as I can. But I'm very excited for today's stream because this is going to be a big one. Bitcoin's rallying a lot, and we're going to talk about all of that and more. I have a question here in chat that I want to start with. Daniel J said, is there a baby? Right now. Maybe today. We're praying that she's going to come today. It is very possible. Yeah, my camera is really messing with me. Hang on one second, sweetie. Hang on. Not sweetie. Thought I was talking to my wife. Give me 1 second, guys. I know what's going on. I'm going to fix it. Sarah, give me 1 second. Check. Alrighty, fixed that. Let's see if I can fix this too. On the fly. See if we can do it on the fly, guys. I do apologize. We're having some technical difficulties this morning. Aha! I think I fixed it. I had to switch the USB port that this camera is plugged into. All right, enough of the technical difficulties. Let's go ahead and read some chat. We've got Mike Lowry in chat bringing up the first position. He is a Jebbi Knight, and he is also a moderator. Thank you so much, Mike Lowry, for keeping the chat kosher. We've got CBD Suddy in chat, one of our big supporters, big fans. BTC Crypto Alert said, morning Jebb, and all Freedom Advocate in chat as well. Bring Facts said, that's the only 3K Bitcoin happening, up another 3K. There you go. Yes. When People's in chat said, good morning and God bless all. Mike Lowry said, don't forget to smash the like button. Robert Casanova said, good morning all. And Daniel J, is there a baby right now? That's what I was talking about. It's very possible that she's coming like right now. Sarah's having contractions like every 6 minutes. So normally you go to the hospital when they're every 5 minutes. So just so you guys know how dedicated my wife and I are to what we do here on YouTube, we probably should be driving home to get hospital bags right now. But Sarah wanted me to be able to do the stream. So I'm going to do the stream, but we have a system set up. She's going to wave at me if she needs me, and then I'm going to do this. Peace. Oh! And then we're going to go. But I think we'll be able to make it through the rest of the stream. Let's read some more chat, and then boom, we'll be back. Robert Casanova said you're back. Yes, been a crazy weekend. We keep thinking the baby's coming. It seems like she might be. We'll see. I don't mean to cry wolf, but we really just don't know. Cardonian said Jebbi Knight. Let's see. Happy to see you, Jebb. CryptoSurg said... That rhymed. Good morning. Hypothetical question. If something ever were to flip Bitcoin, would it then suck the liquidity out of Bitcoin like Bitcoin does to all the other cryptos? Probably. If that were to ever become a factor, then that if something ever were to flip in Bitcoin, it probably would start acting like Bitcoin. It's not so much that it's Bitcoin itself that Bitcoin acts the way that it does. It's more so that Bitcoin is the top dog that acts the way that it does in a lot of respects. All right, a couple of things before we jump into it, because we got a lot of technical analysis to bring you today. First things first, this live stream should now be in 1440p, and if you're wondering why I was having issues with the camera, that was probably why. We're not streaming in 1080p anymore. We're streaming in 1440p, and I might even kick it up to streaming in 4K at some point in the future. My laptop is a MacBook Pro 14-inch with the M1 chip in it. I don't think it'll, I can't, like, it's not a 4K monitor display, so I don't think it would help you that much other than on this view. But we're in 1440p now, so if you've got the internet bandwidth for it, go ahead and check that out. And also, guys, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay posted, because we got a lot of great content coming this week and on into the rest of this year. I've got so many big plans, and if you guys are fans of Cardano, also make sure to go and check the video that we uploaded on Saturday. It's got about 25,000 views right now. It was ranked #1 for the Cardano keyword over on YouTube for a couple of days, and it's still ranked pretty high up there for Cardano price prediction. Some of you guys might be here from that video. If you are, welcome to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Boom. First things first, we got to start over here on CoinMarketCap. Now, a little bit of a teaching moment. This happens every week or two for CoinMarketCap, and I like to show you that this is happening live, and that is the fact that sometimes CoinMarketCap resets itself a little bit. This is CoinMarketCap by default, and you might be saying, oh, my eyes, and that's exactly how I think too. So come up here, hit this button, and that will turn CoinMarketCap from light mode, which is blinding, to dark mode, which is calming. And I also normally have 24-hour, 7-day, 90-day, and year-to-date price movements here on Cardano. Come over to Customize. Remove your 1 hour, go ahead and add your 90-day and year-to-date, or 30-day, 60-day if you want to see those changes, and then it will go ahead and update with a simple, it actually doesn't need a page refresh, you just need to go ahead and drag these up here for the order that they're all in, hit apply changes, boom, we can see the change on Bitcoin over the last 24 hours is 7% to the north, 7% north. Over the last 7 days, we're up 7% as well. Over the last 90 days, we are up 73%. We are very, very close to kicking ourselves into a bull market. Bitcoin is up 81.48% year to date. Ethereum up 3.57% over the last 24 hours, knocking on $2,000 door, which is a very important level. Up 2.75% over the last 7 days, 43% in the last 90, up 60% year to date. Binance has been doing very well, up 6%. Cardano doing very well, up 6%. If you'll remember to that video that I talked about that was on the YouTube channel that I did relatively recently. Come on over to YouTube, type in Crypto Jebb. It should show up here somewhere. Boom, it's this video right here. Cardano will double to 77 cents in 30 days if. And in that video, the if statement is if Bitcoin breaks above $28,500 and if that sends Cardano above 40 cents with confidence. That if statement is very, very close to coming true right now. If you'll remember, I believe it was this chart that I was doing analysis on in that video. Yes, this is actually the thumbnail. This is where the thumbnail came from. In this thumbnail, you can see, let me just show you. There's the thumbnail right there. You can see that arrow. This is the chart that screenshot's taken from. And basically what it's saying is that Cardano's in this giant falling wedge. It is traded sideways out of it. Now it just needs to confirm bullishness by breaking with confidence above the 40 to 44 cent range. And I really do appreciate how much movement Cardano is able to do as a result of Bitcoin. Now, with Bitcoin going through its massive rally, that's helping Cardano go through a rally. And if Cardano is able to break confidently here through that range of 40 to 44 cents, again, the top of that range coming in about 42 cents, really, not so much 44, but right around here, if it can confidently break through this range, then boom, it's off to the races. That would be very good news for Cardano. Now, moving down the list here, XRP is doing very well as well, up to 3.81. Up 3.81%, up to about 50 cents. Dogecoin doing pretty well, up 3.42%. It's been down over the last 7 days because for a little while, for its moment of fame in the spotlight there, Dogecoin was the logo of Twitter. That is no longer the case as far as I am aware. So, and by the way, fun fact, Twitter Holdings no longer actually exists because they merged with another company that Elon Musk owns called X Corp. So now its official legal name is it's a subsidiary of X Corp Incorporated, because you've got Elon Musk over here playing entrepreneurship as if he's playing adventure capitalist in 2015 in between classes in high school. That's what he's doing. Anyway, Dogecoin has gone ahead and dropped quite a bit over the last 7 days. Polygon up 3%. Solana up 15%. Has been doing very well on this market rally. But you might be able to tell I'm in a bit of a hurry to get onto Bitcoin because this is the main story right now. Bitcoin has broken through critical resistance at $28,545. We have tested this level so many times, and you can see my predictions here about what Bitcoin was going to do. I predicted that Bitcoin would start to break this level at some point right around April 12th. I actually gave you guys, it didn't show here because I wasn't being that precise in these predictions, but I did actually tell you guys that we would probably start breaking above 28,545 the day before, and maybe the 2 days before April 12th, because if you'll remember, Consumer Price Index comes out with its update tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. You can see right here, March 2023 CPI data are scheduled to be released April 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Back to the chart, you can see whenever that occurs, that's what this vertical line represents here for our CPI release that happened on March 12th of last month, and also here on February 14th, and also here on January 12th. Oftentimes the market goes into a rally in anticipation of that CPI data drop. That's what's happened. We've been knocking on $28,545 door for weeks now. If you'll recall, Bitcoin has tested this level over a dozen times, once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, now 13 times. Bitcoin has come up at least 13 times. Bitcoin has come up and tested that level, and now it has broken it. This is a break of confidence. This is not a shattering of confidence as far as it's a breakout in confidence. This is not the kind of breakout where the bulls are going to say, haha, we've broken through by $5. So bears, forget about you. No, this is where the bulls are saying, yes, we are in charge. This is not the kind of break that you look for when you are saying, I'm going to short the top of this market. This is the kind of break where you have a bullish MACD cross come into play in alignment with, and let me just go to a cleaner chart here so you can see this a little bit easier. This is the kind of break above $28,545 where you see with a bullish cross above MACD, which happened at the bullish CPI data release every time in past, either a few days before or a few days after, depending on how much the market moved. This is the kind of break where you're seeing RSI break above 70, indicating extreme strength in the bears, in the bulls. And you're also seeing bearish RSI divergence that we were seeing form on the daily chart get shattered because RSI is pushing up towards new, fresh local highs. This is also the kind of breakout where you see RSI crosses above the 14 daily interval moving average on the RSI, indicating a major trend reversal in the direction of bullishness. Likewise, this is also a buy signal that you see come into play with Lux Algo buy signal, because the Lux Algo buy signal in March never got invalidated. We never went into a sell signal. But when we moved up here over the last couple of days, we've also seen that Trend Catcher has gone into a massive rally as well. Now, another thing to show you on Lux Algo here is if we turn on our reversal zones, take a look at where Bitcoin just moved into. It hit the reversal zone. We are currently inside of the weekly chart, the daily chart reversal zone. We hide all of our drawings here and we look at it from just this standpoint. Every time we do this, this is in coordination with a CPI rally. Now, if you watch the channel regularly, then I would encourage you to come over to the Crypto Jebb YouTube channel, go to videos, check out this video right here. This will send Bitcoin to $32,935 in 11 days if, notice, that video came out 10 days ago. It was one of the lower viewed videos we've made recently. We've got 48K, 23K, 22K. This only got 15,000 views. But in this prediction, in this video, I would highly encourage you to go watch it. I told you, based on this chart right here that we were just looking at, that Bitcoin was exceptionally likely to rally all the way up to $32,935 in 11 days. 11 days from when that video went out is tomorrow. And I wasn't exactly saying it was going to hit that level on that exact day, but the rally up to that level was going to take place in 11 days. It's taking place right now in 11 days, which is tomorrow. It will be in the middle of that rally. CPI data is going to release tomorrow. Bitcoin is going to rally all the way up to $32,935 if we see anything more than a 0.1% drop. That's why in these video titles, I normally say if at the end of them, because in a good technical analyst is always going to tell you that if this happens, then that will happen. You always use an if-then statement. It's not to cover your own tail. It's not to save your own reputation. It is simply the responsible thing to do because you don't want to give somebody a false sense of hope. You want to make sure that there is a certain rationale and logic to your predictions. And that's the prediction we made, is that if we see that CPI data come out and it's 0.1% or larger, then we'll see Bitcoin rallying to $32,935, and it will probably hit that tomorrow, which is the exact date that we predicted. And I think that's what's going to happen. So we're very excited about this rally, but again, there is still the if statement. There is still the if. Are we going to see major categories drop from 6% down to 5.9 or 5.8 or 5.7 or 5.6, etc.? I think so. I very strongly believe so. And I'll go ahead and tell you why. Let's take a look back at our charts. Let's go over to U.S. Central Bank Balance Sheet. There's something very interesting going on over here. There was a massive jump on the U.S. CBBS, United States Central Bank Balance Sheet. There was a big jump. There's a little bit of printing that was going on. But that is actually starting to be quantitatively eased again. And so that gives us a little bit of confidence that, okay, we are still having treasuries and mortgage-backed securities rolled off of the balance sheet. If you want to see a video on the balance sheet and its impact on crypto, I would encourage you to watch this. The Fed is planning to burn $9 trillion, and that video is talking about the central bank balance sheet and its impacts on crypto. That video will give you a lot of context for what I'm talking about in this next couple of minutes segment here on the channel. When the balance sheet is moving to the downside, that is naturally going to lead to a shrinking in the inflationary market, but it's also going to lead to a much more difficult market because there's less liquidity. What do I mean? Well, whenever you're shrinking the United States Central Bank balance sheet, which is mostly comprised of treasuries and mortgage-backed securities that the Federal Reserve buys with money that they poofed out of thin air, you can see the total amount of money that they poofed out of thin air, or maybe the better way to say it would be that they quantitatively eased and injected into the market for the sake of volume and liquidity, totaled nearly $9 trillion. When they did that, that naturally is going to lead to inflation because there is more money in the market to go around. And if you have one, let's say, I don't know, here, we'll look at my breakfast. You know, you have one Cheez-It, it's worth a whole lot to you because you've only got one, right? You got one Cheez-It, it's worth a lot to you. But if you've got two Cheez-Its, they're worth half as much to you, right? Well, that's kind of how inflation works. The more money that there is, the less valuable each individual unit of the money is. If you have 5 Cheez-Its, you're going to be pretty protective over those Cheez-Its. If you like Cheez-Its. Now, if you don't, then maybe the analogy doesn't make sense. But if you've got 100 million of them, then what's one Cheez-It? Yeah, sure. Take 50 million of them, whatever. I don't care. People are much more disposed to spend $12 million on a mansion if they've got $1 billion than if they have $12 million, right? Say they're buying in cash. We're not dealing with debt and whatnot. Same way the United States dollar works. If you've got more dollars out there, each individual dollar is worth less. That is the simplest way that I can explain inflation. And so the inflation of the market of the United States dollar was largely driven by this. It was largely driven by this massive movement to the upside. Well, that's starting to come to the downside. First of all, 2 trends here. Number one, this uptrend stopped and it plateaued. That was the first trend change. We saw the increase of the United States Central Bank balance sheet, which again is basically just a way that the United States Federal Reserve just puts new money into the market. It's as if they run the printer and print more money every single month than is destroyed through dollars getting ripped in half by a 2-year-old who doesn't know any better, or they're thrown out a window, or whatever. It's as if there was an increase in the supply. Same way that if you were to double Bitcoin supply, then the price would be cut in half. Same deal. So the first trend change was that this one right here. We stopped increasing and we started plateauing. Then about 3 to 4 months later, another trend change happened. We stopped being plateaued and the market and the central bank balance sheet started going down. When that happened, that not only one, stopped one of the mechanisms that was driving inflation, 2, it actually changed course and started reversing the inflation. An example, say you're pedaling a bicycle, you're rolling that chain, you're rolling the bicycle pedals in one direction, the chain's moving like this, right? There's 2 things you can do. You can stop, and then you can reverse, all right? There's 2 things you can do. You can stop, and you can reverse. That's what the Federal Reserve was doing. They stopped the inflation, and then they rolled it back. And if you're on link 15 and you keep rolling, then you get to link 20 and you stop, then you're still on 20. But if you reverse it, then eventually you'll get back to link 15. And that's what we saw happen with the quantitative easing. It's starting to reduce now. And that is going to lead to a decrease in the inflation of the United States dollar, and it's going to lead to a stabilization of the inflation. Now, that's not to get into my analysis and thesis of what the next half decade is going to look like, because I think there's going to be a lot of geopolitically and economically and militarily driven inflation over the next 3 to 5 years as a result of crop failures in several different countries that are very important. Russia and Ukraine being two of the biggest wheat exporters on the planet. Another one, of course, being the destabilization of Russia and Ukraine, both as a result of the war and all of the countless, literally billions of consequences that has had on the global supply chain and the global economy, as well as the instability in China and the very, very, very much cult of personality, dictatorial leadership that Xi Jinping has managed to install. Excuse me, apologies for that. And the fact that there very well may be a Chinese-Taiwanese war at some point in the future, on top of the fact that China is undergoing all of these changes internally, which is driving business outside of China if it can. Same thing with Russia, which is causing Russia, one of the largest raw resources producers on the planet, to change, and also causing China, one of the biggest manufacturing hubs in the world, to change. Nobody wants to do business with either one of them, so you have to rebase the entire manufacturing plant, which drives inflation that you can't change just because you reverse the chain. You have to kind of throw the bike out and get a new one in that case, and that's a lot harder than just pedaling backwards. Okay, so that's going to drive inflation in the medium term. That's the next year to 5 years. That hasn't really started to the consequences of that haven't really started to be felt full scale yet. So we probably have another 6 to 12 months of inflation slowly coming down. All of this to say that we're likely to see a decrease in inflation tomorrow by between 0.2 and 0.3%. There is a part of me that wants to say as far as 0.4%. If that occurs, then that will likely send Bitcoin at very least to $32,935, if not even higher. The fact that Bitcoin will be going into the CPI data release above $28,500 changes things, because I expected that Bitcoin would be up here knocking on maybe $29,000 door. This is actually even more bullish than I was predicting. You can see some of my predictions here that we thought, okay, Bitcoin's going to be up here knocking on 28.5, or maybe it'll be at 29, and then the CPI data release will come in, and the market will just go through a major rally and will be at 32,935. Now, these are the predictions. This was the more bearish prediction. I didn't really put a lot of credence in this one. This is just something that I put there for just so that you guys would know what the possibilities are. These are the other two predictions that we made. The first one is that Bitcoin would rally up to $32,935, and it would probably stop up there. The second prediction, the first prediction, and the most likely prediction is that Bitcoin actually breaks up to 32,935 and breaks through it and then goes into a big rally. You can see I actually predicted that Bitcoin would stop here at $31,000. We stopped at $30,000, have a correction for a couple of days, and then rally up to $32,935, have a small correction, then break through. And I think that's going to happen because when I made these predictions, I was not making these predictions trying to predict the timeline. So you can just as easily draw these predictions like this. I wasn't trying to predict the exact time. I was trying more to predict the actual movement. And I think that's what we're seeing happen, as I think that first prediction is coming true, where we rallied up to 30,000 and change, rallied up to almost 30,500, had the correction. Then we'll go through a small little correction. Then we'll see CPI data come in, and we'll go through that big rally. And I think that's what's going to happen relatively soon. Another reason for that, let's go back out to our other chart that's a little bit easier to follow. I have a bunch of charts, if you can't tell. I kind of do this for a living. This chart, that's from a few videos ago. This chart, which chart am I looking for? I have so many of them. It's almost like I do this every day. Let's see here. Okay, this chart right here I think will do. You can see that... Will this chart do? Is that yesterday's chart? Nope, this is the right chart. Okay. You can see whenever Bitcoin rallies into the reversal zone, oftentimes the market ends up rallying to the center line of the reversal zone. You can see that happened here. We rallied into the reversal zone right here, and then we rallied all the way up to the center line of the reversal zone. Over here, we did not get through the bottom of the reversal zone, so we didn't do it. But we never actually broke into the bottom of the reversal zone. We've already done that. You see the pattern here. Once you break into the bottom of the reversal zone with confidence, you're likely to go to the center line. Or you could go all the way to the top. That's kind of what happened over here. We broke into the reversal zone right here, broke into the bottom, went to the middle, then we broke through the middle, and we actually almost hit the top. Now, the difference is both of these massive rallies, this one right here and this rally right here, both of those rallies started massively far below the top band of the reversal zone. This one started touching the bottom reversal zone. This started at $19,500. It had to get to $26,000 before it even touched the top band. Down here, this rally started at $16,400. It had to get to $19,000 before it even touched the bottom of the reversal zone. It had to rally 15% in 2 weeks just to get to the reversal zone. Here, Bitcoin is starting this rally 5% below the reversal zone. And it's potentially in the most bullish setup that it has been all year. So, there is a very strong possibility that Bitcoin doesn't just move to the center line here, which, by the way, the center line tomorrow, after it moves up a little bit, will be sitting at $32,400, which sounds an awful lot like the level that we predicted at $32,935. There is actually also a possibility that with Bitcoin having just sat up here for all this time over the last 3 weeks and drove the reversal zone massively to the upside, and you can see just how much is doglegging to the upside in the last 2 days as a result of all of this bullishness, it is also very possible, since we're starting from such a high level, since we have so much bullishness, since there is so much pent-up exuberance, since many people are saying, I sniff a bull market coming very, very soon, that Bitcoin would actually rally to the top band of the reversal zone. If it did that tomorrow, it would rally to $34,000. If it did that in a week with how fast this is rallying, that would probably be 36. At this point, just to make myself very clear, the prediction is at least $32,935. Because every good prediction has an if statement, because you don't always know what's going to happen. But if this, then that. It's how coding works. It's called a Boolean statement for all of you programmers out there. You know that. If the CPI data comes in and it's larger than a 0.1% drop, if it is a 0.1% drop, that might be a little bit of a disappointment for the market, and maybe we only rally to 32,935. But if we see 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, in my analysis, it is actually quite likely that we will blow past $32,935, and that's where we need to start looking for other levels of resistance. And I do believe one of them would be $36,000. Now, there's a few other levels I want to look at, but right around $36,000 to $37,000, I think, is the next major level that we could look at. Why? Well, first of all, it was the level that we were kind of bouncing off of before we fell to the downside. Remember, during the last bear market, remember, there's this uptrend right here on the previous bear market and on the previous market, and Bitcoin fell below that and entered itself into a major downtrend. That uptrend will probably come in handy at some point in the future. Right now, that trend line is sitting at $46,000, so it's not quite relevant yet, but one day it probably will be. Mark my words, within the next 12 months, that trend line will probably come in handy for our technical analysis, so we can't just go and forget about it because of the inclination that it's at. Even if you extrapolate it out a couple of years, it's only at $100,000 in like 5 years from now. So that trend line is almost certainly going to be important at some point in the distant future. By distant future, I mean 6 to 12 months. But there's a flat level of support that goes right along with it, and that is this level right here. That level is at $37,194. In fact, I'll just go ahead and zoom in to the 5-minute chart, and we'll do something wonderful here that you can do with TradingView. Actually, we'll go to the hourly chart. We'll go all the way back here because I have the highest paid version of TradingView, so I can go all the way back if I want to. And we'll go ahead and set it right here. Looks like that level was set right here at the 2100 hour on April the 30th. We're finding levels together at $37,400. That is a very possible level, depending on how big of a drop on CPI we see come relatively soon. And you can see all the major levels of resistance that Bitcoin's had to fight through. It's about every $5,000 Bitcoin runs into one. There's one at 21.5, 22.8, 25.236, 28.545. The next one that we're likely going to be testing tomorrow is 32,935. After that, I would say $37,400. $37,400 comes from this local bottom that we set here right before we dropped into the bear market. Before we broke below this level, everyone thought that this was a corrective movement. We were going to rally. Didn't happen. It ended up being a bear flag. We plummeted. That level is also set as a level of support right here in March of 2022, just after the war began. It is also set as a level here on August the 5th. It is also set as a general level of resistance and a zone over here in January and February of 2021. So I would say that $37,400 is our next major level. And on top of that, another thing I'm going to want to do here, bring out our Fibonacci retracement, and I have a feeling that's going to be a level. My chart vision comes in handy, guys. It's almost like I've been doing this for a while. I saw that level and I thought, wait a minute. I think that might be close to an important level on the market. And I promise you I did not pre-analyze this, but it comes to be true that, let me see if I have 5 Bitcoin charts. Let me see if I can find one that's clean. This is going to be a challenge. That's the Bitcoin longs. That's the Bitcoin shorts. Goodness gracious. Jebb, clean up your chart. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it. Guys, I don't do it very often, but we're going to do it. Check this out. Before we do it, I want to show you the prediction that we made that came true because it's pretty cool. Look at this. We're on the Bitstamp chart. Our prediction was Bitcoin would go through a big correction. It didn't go down to 25,236 like we initially thought, but I did say that it would break to the upside and it would rally into this box right here. And it looks like it's doing that. So the predictions are coming true. I just had to show you before I do it. Oh, man. Ouch. That hurts. It's always painful removing a big indicator, but that's okay. A lot of drawings, but that's okay. This level right here between $39,000 and $41,000 is going to be a big level at some point in the future. And if you'll remember to this chart, that also represents the top of our pre-halving phase of the bull market. Now, I did not actually look at Fibonacci when I made this chart. This chart is from this video over here. This video got almost 50,000 views. So this is a video saying a clock will send Bitcoin to $50,000. And that video analyzes this chart. But you can see the top of the pre-halving phase of the bull market that I talked about, that zone, and the middle part of the end of the year price prediction I have of between about $35,000 and $50,000, which is starting to look a little bit too conservative, but we'll see what happens. The top of that is between $39,000 and $41,000. Where does that level come from? Well, the level between $39,000 and $41,000 is a very important level of resistance because it represents something called the golden pocket of Fibonacci retracement. Now, if you don't understand Fibonacci retracement, that's totally fine. It's not something that you need to understand right now. But just so that you do know, we do have a video on Fibonacci retracement down here in Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis, and it shows up, I forget where it is in here, right there. Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci extension, video number 39 and 40. We talk about Fibonacci, and one of the things that's very important for Fibonacci is the Fibonacci golden pocket. That is the 0.618 to 0.65 region. Essentially what happens is that if you take the Fibonacci sequence, which is adding the last two numbers to get the next number, then you divide those numbers, then you start to get these numbers called the Fibonacci golden, the Fibonacci numbers, then you have the golden ratio, which is 1.618. Example, here's the Fibonacci sequence. It's 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's see how far I can calculate in my head. 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 81? I'm off track. I'd have to take a little more time to do it. But the point is, you add the last two numbers to get the next number. I'll show you what that looks like. I am misspelling Fibonacci, but that's okay. My friend Google will help me out here. So the Fibonacci golden 5589. I said 81. Oh man, I made it to number 11. So you got 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, 233. This is where you see the some people call it the God spiral. It's also called the Fibonacci spiral, and it shows up quite frequently in mathematics. It also shows up quite frequently in nature. You can see here's a good example. This is the Fibonacci sequence or the Fibonacci spiral showing up in nature. Just in my opinion, another way that we can see the wonderful, beautiful design of our world. But that number is very important because it also plays into markets. And that's one of the crazy things. It just shows you how beautifully our world is created, is that everything just kind of, there are certain numbers, certain principles that just permeate everything. And this is one of them, the Fibonacci golden sequence. 0.618 is one of those numbers where if you divide your numbers, then you get the Fibonacci. If you divide these numbers, then you get the Fibonacci number. So if you divide like 144 by 89, you're going to get a Fibonacci number. Let's show you. 144 divided by 89. You're going to get 1.618. There you go. The inverse of that minus the 1 is 0.618. Normally, you'd go way up the chain. So 4181, let's show you here. Show you how you get these numbers. 4181. I'm mainly doing this because I haven't shown Fibonacci on the channel for a while. So some of you guys might be rusty. 2584 divided by 25. Let's see. 2584. You can see 1.618. That's the golden ratio. That's the bigger number divided by the smaller number. Now, if you flip it and we do this, 41, let's see, 4181, then you can see that you get the golden ratio number, 0.618. Now, if you go down 2 numbers, let me just show you here. If you go down 2 numbers, then you start to get the other Fibonacci numbers. So anyway, the point is, if you divide those numbers together, then you get the numbers that show up in the Fibonacci golden sequence. This golden sequence, this golden pocket here between 0.618 and 0.65 is very important. I can show you in charts past how important. Here on Bitcoin's market, we saw that Bitcoin went through a correction from $11,800 down to $6,400. Bitcoin ended up rallying into the golden pocket right around 0.618 to 0.65. In this case, this was about $10,000 on Bitcoin. Same thing happened if you extrapolate over here. We rallied right into the golden pocket between 8 and 82. Right over here, we did the exact same thing. We rallied into the golden pocket right here between 73 and 74. Again, you can learn more about that in Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis right over here. But if we look at our current market and we look at the golden, at the Fibonacci we look at the Fibonacci golden ratio here, then we will see that it is sitting right around $40,000. So about $37,000 to $40,000 would be our next major level of resistance. So zooming in here, there's probably going to be a little bit of correction and consolidation before the CPI data actually drops. But when that CPI data does actually drop, it will likely send Bitcoin and cryptocurrency into a massive rally. Again, first to 32,935, and then potentially, if we have enough exuberance, and I think there is a high likelihood that we will, all the way up to our new resistance that I showed you guys here at $37,400. I'll just go ahead and draw that here, $37,400. Boom. So that's where I think Bitcoin's going. I think it's going to start going there tomorrow, but I'd love to hear all of your thoughts on that and more. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. We've got over 900 people watching live right now. Thank you guys again so very much. Let's go ahead and read some chats. Rick4962, Yard Dog, just donated $50. Thank you so much. Said 45ths NFTs are booming and no one else talks about it. Our Heavenly Father, please have mercy on us. Amen. We can always use mercy. Thank you guys so much for that. Let's go ahead and read some chat. Thank you guys very much. Let's see. We've got 215 likes. We've got 900 people in chat. We've got 215 likes. I think that we can come up with 400 likes. Could you guys hit the like button for me? I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you so very much. Silas E. Borg in chat. Good to see you. Janet Yellen is a turtle? Is that a joke that I've missed? Let's see. I give you permission. Take the rest of the day off. Today is an important day that you should enjoy. Yes, it absolutely is. Every day is an important day that we are looking forward to enjoying, just being alive here on Earth. We're going to see what happens. I think that something might happen today. We don't really know. Ultimately, this baby has been acting like she wants to come for 3.5 months now. So we're just ready for her to be here. We are 9 days from our due date. So she can't stay in there long. And be praying for my wife, Sarah, because we just found out yesterday on an ultrasound that the baby is measuring at 8 pounds, 8 ounces. Malachi, our first son, was 6 pounds, 1.2 ounces and 19.25 inches long. But yeah, so Sarah's a little worried about the big baby. I keep telling people, yeah, our daughter got the big baby gene from me. Feel kind of bad now, but we'll see. Luckily, we have modern medicine and prayer. Those two things will work wonders. Jebb, congratulations on the baby when it comes. Thank you guys so very much. And like you guys said, definitely consider, definitely understand that, if you will, please, that there might be some disruption to things with welcoming a newborn into the world. If you guys are parents, you definitely understand. If you guys are not parents, it's totally fine that you don't understand, but you don't. So to understand that there might be a few days where, you know, we've got to make sure that that everybody's healthy, because birth is a very taxing thing on baby and on mother. Let's read some chat. Rice ETR said, Jebb, congrats on the soon-to-be birth of your child. God bless. When do you expect, timeline-wise, to visit Bitcoin all-time high? Around early 2024. That is the prediction. I do believe that is what will happen. If you go on the YouTube channel and you go and look at this video right here, it's titled "A Clock Will Send Bitcoin to $50,000." I really think that was a great video that you guys would enjoy. Go and watch that video, and then go and watch this video right here. A perfect indicator calls a $70,000 Bitcoin Lux Algo. This video has about 23,000 views. I think you guys would really like it also because we talk about how Lux Algo is predicting a return to all-time high. And I think that you're going to see Bitcoin return to all-time high very easily because of what we talked about in this video. Then go ahead and watch these videos too. We upload 2 videos a week right now. We're uploading a little phone video where I give you guys some education. And then we upload one of our highly edited Climate of Crypto videos is what they're called. And those videos will give you guys a lot of insight on what the market is doing. Those go up at 10 a.m. every single Saturday. And I think you will have some more insight about that from that video. But yes, my prediction is sometime in early quarter 2 of 2024. So we're talking basically exactly a year from now. Alejandro Perez just donated $4.99, and it looks like that was the first super chat from Alejandro. Thank you so very much for the super chat. $4.99. Really appreciate that, guys. Somebody donated a few weeks ago and said put it to the diaper fund. So I guess we'll put that to the diaper fund. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Wisely T said, do you subscribe to the thought process that I've heard from others that we could rally over $40,000 before dropping 50% back to around 20? It can happen. It can definitely happen. Whether it's likely or not is the real question. And I'm not so sure I would think that that's likely. It is possible, but a 50% drop wouldn't make, well, there is a line of reasoning there that actually makes a lot of sense, and that is that's basically what happened in 2019 when we were leading up to the halving. The difference here is that the halving happened here. On Bitcoin, the halving is happening here. What do I mean? Well, this rally is starting a little bit closer to the halving than the last bull market did. The last bull market rallied and didn't have any corrections. Bitcoin has had corrections. It dropped hard, not for long, but it did. It dropped hard there for a little bit. That didn't happen during this run-up. During this run-up, if you remove the pandemic variable, we did drop 50%. We rallied to 14,000, dropped back to 6,000 or 7,000. It's very possible that we could do something similar. Rally up to 40, drop back down to 20, and then rally again. Absolutely, it's possible, guys. I think that really comes down to whether or not Bitcoin is having healthy corrections in between these massive rallies. Newsflash, we didn't see a healthy correction. And, I mean, it was healthy, but we didn't see a large corrective movement in between the March rally and the rally that is starting today and will continue tomorrow. Again, if CPI data is forthcoming. I don't think I'm in a position to feel comfortable making a prediction on whether or not that's going to happen. I do think that we're going to see a big correction. I'm not sure if it's going to be 50%, though. That'd be quite a bit. Oh, Alejandro was asking his question in chat. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd missed that. Can you do TA for XRP and any thoughts? God bless you and the family. Thank you so much, Alejandro. I can absolutely do that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's take a look over at XRP. Now, one of my favorite things about XRP is that it actually does have some very strong support underpinning it. This is on Binance. We're going to have to go to an older chart. Binance wasn't around back then. Bitstamp would probably do it. There we go. It has a very strong bedrock level of support underpinning it. That's a zone between 15 and 25 cents. Right now it's at 50 cents, so that's wonderful for all of the XRP fans. However, one of the concerns for XRP fans is that XRP has never revisited all-time high. I remember, and I always tell this story just to kind of tease, my father saw XRP rallying massively here in December of 2017, and XRP was sitting at $3, was it? Yeah, $3.20 or so, and he said, Jebb, have you seen XRP? You should buy some of that. It's really good. And I said, but Dad, what you don't know is that it just rallied 1,300% in 3 weeks. And I think it would be a little bit of a bad investment. So I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. He said, well, maybe just buy $10. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll buy $10. I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. But yeah, XRP has never returned to those all-time highs. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I feel like XRP kind of peaked back there. You know that one guy, like, what's his name? Al Bundy from Love and Marriage, whatever show that is. He peaked in high school, guys. And he's always telling people about that one touchdown from high school. He's always talking about like how fit he was in high school. But now he's 45 and he's like, I have no cool stories for the last 20 years. And that's kind of what XRP is doing. And I hate to knock on anybody who's a fan of XRP. I'm not trying to hate on them because a lot of this suppression is as a result of the SEC lawsuit, which I don't think is fair. I don't think XRP is going to be classified as a security on its own. If XRP is a security, almost every single other altcoin is a security. It does seem unfair. But fair or not, XRP is having a hard time returning to those all-time highs, and it's hard for me to come in here and say, yes, I think XRP is going to do very, very well, when the only analysis I can do is that XRP traded in a range one time, then exploded out of that range 60,000% in a year, and then entered another range. That's not a cyclical market like Bitcoin, where I can actually give you some easy analysis. That's a very difficult market to analyze, and that makes my job hard as a technical analyst because there's not a lot to go on. This is a market, and this is one of the reasons I don't do a lot of technical analysis on XRP, that is heavily driven by one black swan variable, and that is the SEC lawsuit. And that has colored the chart so much so that it makes it hard to analyze. For example, I mean, I gave you an example of this on Bitcoin just 2 minutes ago. When we were talking about Bitcoin and I was showing you what happened in 2019, I gave the point that there was an exception to the overall trend with the pandemic. And then frankly, this rally was kind of an exception because we probably should have done this instead of this, but this happened because of the quantitative easing. The massive rapidity of this rally and the massive drop here were both black swan events that happened as a result of fundamental analysis. They throw a little bit of a pipe wrench in our technical analysis sometimes. We kind of have to adjust for it. The problem is there's more fundamental impact on this market than there is technical. It's very difficult to do technical analysis on the long-term chart for XRP, therefore. That being said, on the short term, XRP seems to be doing phenomenally well with this rally that we're seeing on Bitcoin. Right now, in fact, it's even in a bull flag. Bring out Lux Algo on the daily chart. Boom. Buy signal confirmed. Touch the outside of the band. XRP is a cryptocurrency market that a lot of times has relatively low liquidity as a result of that lack of general long-term uptrend. And so it kind of just trades sideways and then just booms and kind of just rallies very quickly out of thin air, and that can cause it to jump straight through the reversal zones at times. On the daily chart, it has corrected and is in a has had a bearish MACD cross, and is below its 14 interval moving average on the daily chart, which indicates correction. But if you really look at it, that's not so much a bad thing, because what it actually represents here is that it's in a continuation pattern. It's a bull pennant. That bull pennant here has a price target. I'll use the candle body, not the wick, because that's the outlier. We'll use the candle body as the predicting tool. That gives us a price target of 75 cents. Turn off Lux Algo so it's a little bit cleaner. Go to the 3 daily chart so we can find resistance. All right, horizontal line. I see resistance. I spy resistance with my little eye at 90 cents. I spy resistance with my little eye at $1. Also here at 70 cents. As a result of some of the levels that were set back over here. I'm doing all this analysis live, by the way. You can consider this almost like 2-minute technicals. I haven't pre-analyzed this. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at the XRP chart in a couple of months because I'm not an investor in XRP, and you guys typically don't ask too much about it, but I can talk more about it if you would like. So this is all on the fly. These are the 3 levels that I'd be looking at on XRP. Bollinger Bands on monthly chart. Let's see if there's anything out there. Monthly chart Bollinger Bands are sitting pretty high up here at about $1. So if XRP is able to have this bullish MACD cross on the monthly chart, which, wow, that kind of just all flowed together. I didn't even know that was there. If it has this bullish MACD cross on the monthly chart, I had a feeling it was there, but I didn't actually know that. How about that? And it's able to do something with this cross above the 14 interval moving average on the monthly chart, which is a year and change worth of data. And it's able to have the MACD cross and stay bullish here on the weekly chart, move above 0. RSI continues to the upside. It's looking good. You could expect a rally you could expect a rally on the XRP chart. One thing to look out for is the trend catcher is sitting at 65 cents on the weekly chart, and it is red, but there's a buy signal that was that came into play September of last year. So it's been waiting to be confirmed for months. If we're able to get above 70 cents, you could have a confirmed buy signal on Lux Algo, which would likely give it the strength it needs to push further to the upside. So that's my analysis right there. Mike said McAfee is a genius. Well, McAfee's my dad, and I would agree with that. So thank you very much for the compliments to my father. Bullpen is nice. I went through that on Club DeFi. Thank you very much, JoJo. Hopefully you are enjoying Club DeFi. If you guys don't know, Principles of Technical Analysis is the academy over here in Club DeFi right now, where we teach you guys everything that you need to know about technical analysis so that you can get a strong foundational understanding of TA so that you can jump into these markets and start profiting. Look, guys, the market is always shouting signals at you. It's always telling you, buy now, sell now, accumulate now, dollar cost average now, short now, long now, whatever it is, hold now, don't do anything right now. The market is telling you that at all times. At all times. It is telling you what to do to make money. And you don't know how to listen if you don't know what technical analysis is. I like to use the analogy of marriage because it's one of the most important institutions in all of human history, and it's one that I hold very near and dear because I love my wife dearly. I am not going to be a very good husband if I'm not listening to my wife. My wife can sit there and tell me something over and over and over again, and she's sitting over there behind camera with a smile on her face like, yeah, I know, I do that all the time. But if I'm not listening, then I'm not going to be able to profit much from our marriage, right? I'm not going to be able to help her or me profit from our marriage if she's telling me stuff and I'm not listening and I'm sitting here going la 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 and I'm not paying attention, or if she's speaking to me in a language that I don't know. Like, I speak a little bit of Spanish. Her first language is Spanish. You'd never know it, but if she's speaking to me in fluent Spanish, I'll pick up on like one or two words here or there, but I'm mostly just going to whoosh over my head. I need to learn the language. Now, obviously, we speak in English most of the time. She's very fluent in both languages. But if she's speaking in Spanish and I don't know what's going on, then it's hard to profit from a relationship where you can't communicate. The market is always trying to communicate with you, and it's doing so through technical factors. So for you to have profit in your relationship with crypto, which if you're trying to trade in it, I know it might sound a little bit strange to call it a relationship, but that's what it is. You and crypto alongside each other trying to make money, right? If you're going to succeed in that relationship, you've got to have a fundamental, foundational understanding of technical analysis. You can't be friends with somebody necessarily. It's hard. You kind of can. I mean, if you have a dog, for example, but it's kind of hard to have a relationship with somebody that you can't communicate with. Even with a dog. The dog might not speak English, but the dog can understand you and you can understand the dog and you can communicate even if it's not in spoken word all the time. There's a relationship there, and relationship rides on the rails of communication. Technical analysis is your tool to listen to the market. The market's always talking. The market's running its mouth like I like to. It's your job to listen to the market. The way you do that is with technical analysis. And so that's why I firmly believe, and I have been preaching this for 5 years on this channel, that to be successful in cryptocurrency, the best investment that you will ever make is an investment in yourself, in your education, and in your education specifically in technical analysis. If you are trying to be in this market. Now, if you're trying to be a heart surgeon, then maybe you don't need technical analysis. But if you're trying to be successful in crypto, you must have a foundational understanding of technical analysis. It is not up for debate. You cannot be successful as a trader and investor without at least some understanding of how to read charts. And I know that's what you guys want. You guys want that financial sovereignty, that ability to not have your life be run by money, but let the money support whatever life it is that you have. That's what financial sovereignty is. That's what I'm trying to help you guys achieve. To achieve that in cryptocurrency, if you're going to profit through trading and investing, then you have to have technical analysis. But the good news is, because that's kind of the problem, right? That you have to do this thing. The good news is we've created the solution, and that is Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis, based on over 5.5 years of experience that I've had teaching thousands of students and millions of viewers on YouTube how to do technical analysis. I've learned how to teach it in a way that will help you to understand it. It took me thousands of hours to learn technical analysis. I've distilled it down into something that will help you to learn it in tens of hours rather than tens of thousands of hours that I put into the space the hard way. Education is an investment that you will be very glad you made. Think about it. Let me just make one last analogy, and then we're going to wrap it out here. You can learn in 4 years at college or university, and you might be able to learn in 4 months on YouTube, because I think YouTube is a little more efficient, what it took humanity 6,000 years to learn on its own. To get to the point where we understood quantum mechanics, it took all of human history. But now, you give yourself 4 years of university, you could learn that because of those who have gone before you. I had to learn the hard way because I didn't have Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis around to teach me. So I had to learn it the hard way. I have created a way for you to learn it the easy way. And I think that that is valuable. So you can find the link in the description box down below. If you're a member of CT2A, you got a 25% off coupon code waiting for you. You can go ahead and email support@cryptojebb.com. We will give you that coupon code. That'll get you $100 off at checkout. If you're in Club DeFi's beta, then you can get a discount code for however much money you put into the beta. Some people put up to $175 into the beta, so they got up to a $175 coupon code. Principles of Technical Analysis runs the low price of $3.99. There are people that have gone through Principles of Technical Analysis and there are hundreds of people that have gone through Principles of Technical Analysis and CT2A, its predecessor, and made hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So it's a very low price to get started. But those are 2 ways you can find a coupon code. And anyway, I think you guys will be very, 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 very glad you did. All right, let's go ahead and read chat for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to have to go ahead and wrap it out. Silent is in chat. JoJo's in chat. Hashtag FinSov, guys. Absolutely. Thank you for your content, Jebb. It's fantastic to have a fellow Christian in the market space. Thank you so much, Freedom Advocate. I do love and believe in my Lord Jesus Christ, and while I'm not going to try and push that on you guys or anything, I do want you guys to know that that's who I stand for, and that's what I love, and that's where I attribute all my success to. Let's see. Majority of my portfolio is in XRP, so I really appreciate the TA. Fair enough. Good deal. Colin McDonald said, I say, smash like button. Thank you, Colin. Yes, guys, hit the like button. If you haven't already, smash it. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap out here in a couple of minutes. I'm going a few minutes over because I did start a few minutes late. What if CPI is very bad tomorrow? If it's 0 or if it's negative, you'll probably see a drop. Married with Children, that's the name of the show. Love and Marriage, that's the name of the intro song. I haven't seen that song, that video, that show in like 10 years, and it just gave me chills because I'm like, I don't know why. That show just kind of creeps me out, but that's that. What happened to Coffee and Crypto? You're watching Coffee and Crypto. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. This is Coffee and Crypto. She's coming down my birthday. Woot woot, Shane Hansen said. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're hoping for. We're hoping that the little baby is born today. Hi, Jebb. How's your wife and kid? My son is doing great, and my wife is very ready to have our daughter out here in the rest of the world so that she can get a little bit more rest. Colin McDonald said, Jebb, please give my regards to Sarah, Baby, and Malachi. Well, I can give 2 of those right now. Colin McDonald gives his regards, Sarah and Baby. They're sitting right over there. How was your Easter, Jebb? My church had a very successful Easter egg hunt for the community. We even had a petting zoo. Wow. Yeah, had a great time. Went to an Easter service. We had a baby shower on Saturday. That was pretty cool. Never had a baby shower before, so that was neat. That was a lot of fun, actually. Spent a lot of time with family. Our son had a great time. Did some Easter egg hunting. Got chocolate all over his face. It was pretty funny. Let's see. Jesus was the best illustrator, but I appreciate Jebb and his use of them. Jesus is great. And he rose from the dead 2 days ago, about 2,000 years ago. God bless you, Jebb. Marcus said, God bless you, Jebb. Thank you. Thomas Post in chat said, checking in. What's up, Thomas Post? Guys, if you're enjoying today's stream, go ahead and hit that like button. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. Have you and the missus picked a name? Yes, we have. And in fact, guessing the name was one of the games at the baby shower. So we're probably going to do something on the channel about that, but we'll see. Comprehension seems more important. If you don't understand what someone is saying, you can't communicate. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, JDC, is that if somebody's talking to you, you've got to be able to listen and comprehend. That's what I'm getting at, is listening, comprehending, whatever it is. You need to be able to comprehend and understand and have knowledge about what they're saying. And that's what technical analysis will do for you. So guys, I am going to have to wrap it out. I really do appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's stream, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up for Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis. Check out Lux Algo. It's one of the indicators we use today. You can use coupon code Jebb30 at checkout to get 30% off of Lux Algo, by the way. So there's a new coupon code. So if you want to get 30% off, go to luxalgo.com, use coupon code Jebb, J-E-B-B, 30%, 30. You can find that in the description box down below. And you will get that 30% off as well for all of your subscription, not just the first month, because that's already on Lux Algo's website, but you'll get 30% off of all the months of Lux Algo. So make sure you go and get access to Lux Algo right now. Sign up for Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis. Winner of the guessing name gets a discount on Club DeFi. Maybe. We could maybe do something like that. We'll see. We haven't ever given a discount code for Club DeFi other than somebody that was in the beta or somebody that was in CT2A. So maybe. That'd be a first. We typically don't like devaluing the product. We gave discounts to CT2A because those were our alumni. We wanted to treat them very well. And it was also a technical analysis course. And in Club DeFi's beta, they'd already paid some into it. So we wanted to give back to them. We didn't have to do either one of those things. We want to be generous to you guys. We don't like giving coupon codes for Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis. It's worth every penny. We believe it's worth a lot more than that. I would feel perfectly comfortable selling it for $1,000. We sell it for $400. So anyway, really appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Sign up for Club DeFi. Sign up for Lux Algo. Make sure to go back and watch that video that went up on Saturday about Cardano. I think you'll really like that. I am going to have to go ahead and wrap it out. Wish us luck. Pray for us. All those things. Thank you guys so very much. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.